So today we're going to Chicago for Pokemon Go Fest, and wanted to give a few tips on traveling without hands. Okay, before we get started, I wanted to make you aware of a new feature on the channel. It's going to be called a life hack bump. And a bump in the industry is like a little intro, and it looks like this. You're gonna see that bump in my videos wherever there are life hacks for people with no hands. This makes it so if you're scrubbing through a video or like fast forwarding, you can look for the bump. Once you see the bump, you can stop to easily find the life hacks. Let's start with the first life hack section, and it's about traveling. Now, when you're traveling, they're going to ask you a lot for your license and your boarding pass, and one of the things you can do is keep it easily accessible using these things. These are lanyards and plastic cases, and you can usually get them free when you attend conferences, so remember to keep those, and you can use it for traveling. Also, using the hickey shoelaces also helps you get your shoes easily on and off, and I did a video on that a while back.
Can I assist you?
Sure. I got
Like a computer?
Yeah. Accepting help from others can help too. Remember, accepting help is not a sign of weakness, it's actually a sign of strength.
You got anything in your pockets?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna send my arms through here.
Okay.
I like to take my arms off and go through the scanner. And the reasoning behind that is, every time I've worn these through the scanner, or like they pass me by the side of the scanner with these on, I get the pat down. And I made it a goal since I was a kid. I don't ever want to be patted down by a stranger, okay? And it's easier just to take it off and then go right on through with your merry old day.
Those are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you again. Yeah, so it's good to have people that are helpful. So Chicago, here we come. Buckling your seatbelt on the plane can be difficult. I like to fully extend the adjustable side of the belt by pulling it up and out. Then lay the non-adjustable side on my lap. I adjust my hooks to get the right angle to grab and buckle. After buckling, I pull the belt tight. Alright, we're here, Chicago, Windy City, first time. I'm excited. We're all excited for Pokemon Go Fest. all the millions and millions of people that are playing it. One thing that you might want to do while you're on a trip is to rent a car, and I'm here at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. The thing with renting a car is you might want to install one of the steering ring. If your license was obtained with the steering ring, then your license is only valid with the steering ring. Also, I might know my good friend Jason Koger. He has his license to where he was approved to steer like this by turning like this, and so if your license is approved by that, then you can do that legally. I brought these tools right here in the plane. The head is just right to turn these screws that are on this steering ring right here, and I brought that with me also. I'm going to show you how I install that real quick, and before I sweat to death in this car. Alright, so you're going to travel with this steering wheel ring, and you want to make sure that the two screws are loose or off, but you don't want to lose the screws. Now I just drape this back end over, and then I roll it on over the steering wheel. And then these screws, they didn't come this long. I had to go buy longer screws at the Fastenal store. In all actuality, the rental car companies should be carrying these and should be able to line it up where you're renting a car that has these things, but there's just not enough people, and companies don't know about these, what we need as hand amputees. They do have hand controls where you can buy and rent a car that has hand controls installed. So now that I've lined these up, I'm going to tighten them a little bit. And the other thing is, if you ever have troubles with this, you can always ask for help. Alright. Okay, we got our little steering wheel thing set up. Time to go out and explore. One thing to remember about traveling, you need to be patient with yourselves, because definitely these are things I don't do every day, like buckling a belt on the plane or any of these travel tips. I don't do them every day. If I did do them every day, I would be better at them. But since I don't do them every day, it's gonna take patience, and it's going to take practice. The 2 P's, you need patience and practice to get good at everything. I stayed in a hotel that was pretty far out of Chicago. It's like a 47-minute drive from Chicago, and so that was to save money. And the next morning I drove into Chicago.